and welcome to Creative Cooks. So today we're making my spiced hot cocoa, and I thought I'd show you guys this because instead of using Milo or drinking chocolate, which you might get a little bit sick of, I thought we'd make something natural and just from our cupboard. So we've got cocoa here, we all have cocoa at home, just normal cocoa, and we're mixing that with a bit of our raw sugar. You can just use white sugar, that's fine, but I like raw sugar because it's less refined, easier for our body to process. And then I've got just milk, of course, because it's hot cocoa, you need a little bit of milk and hot water. So now I've got the pan going. I'm going to get 50 ml of water in there. Okay, I'm going to turn that down a bit. So it's bubbling nicely. Now into that, oops, we want to add our 3 tablespoons of raw sugar. So it's 2 parts sugar to 1 part cocoa. So that's 1.5 tablespoons of cocoa we're going to use here. Oops, making a mess. Alright, now of course if you like it stronger, just have more cocoa. Not a mess. Okay, so I use a whisk. I just like whisks when I'm making my hot chocolate because it gets all the cocoa and sugar mixed together nicely. See that rich colour in there? That's what you want. So I'm going to get those, keep mixing until I get those lumps out. Excuse my cocoa fingers. Okay, and it becomes beautiful, thick and luscious. Seriously, if you've got people over, this is so good to entertain them and for them to just be talking to you over the kitchen and just making a beautiful hot chocolate. The aromas are amazing. And they get even better in a second. First I'll show you that we've got our lumps out of there. You can see that it's just, you can see it running down the back of the pan there. Okay, so it goes quite thick and luscious. So at this point, I'm going to put in 1/4 of a teaspoon of my mixed spice. This is beautiful. This has I think it's cardamom, but it's got cinnamon and cloves all ground up in there. And another little secret is it smells so aromatic, beautiful. Whip up some cream. No icing sugar in the cream, just pure cream, and put it on top. Beautiful, with some hard crunchy raw sugar on top and cocoa sprinkled over. It's divine. So now into this I'm going to add my 200 ml more of hot water now that I've dissolved it all down. Okay. Alright. So that's 250 ml. Okay, because I'm making 2 cups. This makes 2 cups. Double it if you want to make 4. And I love these cups without handles because with the hot cocoa you want to keep your hands warm on these wintry nights in front of the fire. Okay, there's something about spices that lift up your spirit. And you know what? I'm just going to chuck another 1/4 teaspoon in there. Why not? Now another little secret I've got going on here is cloves. Okay, if you've got cloves at home, apart from the fact that these are great for medicinal purposes and you can bite on them and they help your teeth if you've got toothaches, cloves are fantastic for the aroma of this spiced hot cocoa. So I'm going to put it in there and I'm just going to let this cook up for like literally half a minute while I'm sitting with you. And even though there are some crushed cloves in that mixed spice, we'll let the natural aroma come out of the actual pod rather than it being dried like in here. Okay. Oh, yum. So I'm going to bring that back up to the boil. So no worries about splitting or anything here because we don't have cream in it. It's just pure cocoa, sugar and water. Alright, so remember 2 parts sugar to 1 part cocoa. Alright, 3 tablespoons to 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cocoa. Okay, and double it, but always double the ratio. So, alright. I'm going to have this up at my blogspot as well, which is join creativecooks.blogspot.com. Check on there and you'll see this. Okay, so while it's coming up to the boil, I'm going to smell it, make sure it smells luxurious and rich, beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to pop in my milk. Now I like almost 1/3 of a cup of milk for my cocoa. I like to drink it straight away. Okay, if you can see in the pan there, it's just starting to come to its boil. Right, I've got quite a high temp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that boil up a little bit longer, a couple more seconds. Oh, beautiful. Just going to stir around the pan there. Quite hot sides. I've got a wider element than normal just for the purposes today of the camera because I want it to be closer to the food products. Normally I would use a smaller element so it gets in the middle of the pot instead of distributing the heat on the outside and burning the outside of your product. But today we're fine because we're not cooking it for very long. Beautiful, bubbles are going. Switch that off. Where's my little clove? Want to get him out of there. No one wants to munch on him. Oh, he's had time to distribute his flavours. Now these are very, very strong. That's why I only like to just let them sit in there for a couple of seconds. Right, here's our hot cocoa. Straight into our pan. Into our cups. Yum. Next week, guys, hopefully next week, I'm going to show you how to make homemade marshmallows, and then we're going to put them into a nice hot spiced cocoa.